Time in the past decade that the Celtics failed to advance out of the first round. NBA analyst Quentin Richardson joining the program. QR, fantastic to see you. Not fantastic to be waking up in Boston this morning. No Jason Tatum in Game 7. That was obviously a major factor. But when you look at this series as a whole, what went wrong for the Celtics?
Morning, fellas. Yeah, I feel like it was basically, when you look at it, the games that they shot the ball well from three-pointers, they won. The games that they did not shoot the ball well from three, they lost. It was kind of as simple as that, even though, it was more dynamics within the game. But that's what it boiled down to, man. Joe Mazzulla talked about it, and both coaches talked about it. Nick Nurse even said that, he saw them get some of the best looks that they had all series, and they just weren't able to convert them. The ball just wasn't going in. It wasn't their night. And then you couple that with the fact that Tyrese Maxey has 30 and the unstoppable Joel Embiid had 30-plus as well.
The Celtics shot 27% from three-point range last night, made 13 of 49 attempts. Yikes.
Yeah. We had Tim Bontemps on yesterday. He said if they get to 40% shooting from three, they win. If they don't, they lose. The Sixers, as you said, QR, got 34 from Embiid. They got 30 from Maxey. Those two becoming the first teammates in NBA history to each have 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in the Game 7. What stood out to you about their performances last night?
They did what their team needed them to do. Embiid came into the game. Obviously he's not at his full health, but the way he was able to play and contribute and dominate down the stretch, that was what his team needed. And then whenever he wasn't really there to get it going down the stretch, you had the Ferrari. I call Tyrese Maxey a Ferrari out there, 'cause super fast, and he was, he had about 2-3 plays down the stretch where he just got to the basket and just deployed his speed on them, and nobody could do anything about him. So those two are big time, and they came through when they were needed last night.
Joel Embiid, 34 points rather, and Tyrese Maxey was faster than everybody on the court from wire to wire. Take a listen to Joel Embiid's message for Philly fans after last night's Game 7 as the Sixers now shift their focus to the Knicks.
We're going to need the support. Don't sell your tickets. This is bigger than you. We need you guys. We got a pretty good chance. We're going to need our support. We're going to need them to be extremely loud. If you need money, I got you.
We know JoJo's. He's good for it. The Knicks and Sixers split their 4 games during the regular season. Embiid didn't play in 2 of those games. QR, what's your perspective on the series?
I feel what Embiid is saying. He knows that he needs to have that crowd rocking and loud the same way the Garden is going to be when they go in there. But I absolutely believe that Embiid has confidence going into this series. Like I said, I don't think when he's able to be out there on the court, I think the big fella knows there's nobody individually in the NBA that can guard him or that can stop him. So it's going to take a collective effort for them to try and do that. And then if I'm New York Knicks, I'm sitting there. I know, everybody can't. Nobody says they don't choose which team they want to play. But if I'm the Knicks, I want to play Boston. I just beat them last year with a Jason Tatum before he was injured. We should have confidence mentally that we can get that job done. This Joel Embiid version of the Philadelphia 76ers, this is a puzzle that ain't nobody figured out yet. Nobody has figured out how to stop and shut down a big fella in the middle. And now he's got Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Oubre. They've got a collection of guys that are playing really well. So Philly is a wild card right now for the rest of these playoffs moving forward with Joel Embiid playing the way he's playing.
Yeah, if you listen to that soundbite from Embiid, he says it briefly. He goes, we've got a good chance, and they really do.
Yes.
Game 1 is tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. That's Q Rich with us.
Summer's around the corner. Favorite summer adult beverage?
Give me a Dell's Shandy.
Oh, come on.
Give me a Narragansett Dell's, but I'm just loyal to New England.
What about a Porch Rocker?
Me. Porch Rocker's great.
Yeah.
There's plenty of seats at the flavor table. There's a good seat for Jason Tatum, who missed Game 7 last night. Tyrese Maxey on the matchups going in.
Sometimes it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jims and the Joes. Who you have on your team. Our Jims and Joes got to be better than theirs. You know what I mean? It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be extremely difficult. Every single second will be a roller coaster ride.
And you said
Philly has 2 Joes.
Correct.
JoJo Embiid.
Correct.
So
they got somebody playing college rugby right there in that shirt. That's Joel Embiid. Free throw over Ron Harper Jr. Phillies up 2-0. It's early, but Jaylen Brown said he put a lot of pressure on us. We really didn't have an answer for him, talking about Embiid. Meanwhile, VJ Edgecombe, 23 points for the 20-year-old. Maxey had Hugo Gonzalez on skates. That's not great. Maxey, the third Sixer player with 30, 10, and 5 in a winner-take-all game. Maxey and Embiid scoring or assisting on 48 of the Sixers' first half points. They led by 5 at the break. We're in the fourth quarter. Embiid, a triple, his only 3 of the game. Jaylen Brown gave him some space. That's what he did with that space. Those two were drawn back and forth. Then Maxey got to the rim, double clutch.
So fast.
Neemias Queta. Nick Nurse said of Maxey's lay-ins, they were very timely. He hadn't turned on the Jets much all night. He did there. Had 10 in the fourth, 30 on the night. Sixers win 109-100. Boston is done.
Now you're on that list. Not about the X's and O's, but the what?
Jims and Joes, baby. Our Jims and Joes is good. Last 3 games, the whole series, honestly. We got a good Joe right here, man. A young Joe. Good job, bro.
What changed in the series was Joel Embiid came back, and they're a completely different team. And that's what changed in the series. And as far as the regular season and the playoffs, nothing changed.
You know, I saw, number 11 on the team. Before I came back, he said they didn't care if I was playing or not, and they hadn't even adjusted or, had some sort of game plan around me. So I think he also helps that, when the other team doesn't worry about you and have some sort of game plan or being prepared for you. So it helps you have better games. So I think, number 11 for that.
Wouldn't even call him by his name. That's Peyton Pritchard, but he just called him number 11. He called Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey victorious in the first round, combined for 64 of Philadelphia's 109 points in their Game 7 win on Saturday night. In addition to the first duo in NBA history to both have at least 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 dimes in a Game 7. Next up, semifinal matchup with the New York Knicks.
It's weird that you're calling it Lost in. Back with you on SportsCenter, the Magic and Pistons for everything. Game 7 today, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. The 1-8 matchup going the distance for just the 5th time since 2003. History firmly on the Pistons side. 1 seeds 4 for 4 when the matchup has gone 7 games. Detroit a perfect 4-0 in home Game 7s all time. But the home team has gone just 7 and 10 in Game 7s over the last 6 postseasons. So, Orlando, you're saying there's a chance, a 100% chance that Om Youngmisuk is on your screen right now. He is covering the game for us. He joins us live this morning from Detroit. Om, great to see you. What are the Pistons saying about trying to continue the momentum from that 24-point comeback in Game 6?
Gary, after Game 5, I asked J.B. Bickerstaff, does it feel like the Pistons have a little more life getting back into the series? And he said, until that fat lady starts singing, there's always life. So after Game 6, I said, J.B., is this what you mean by until the fat lady sings? You guys waited until you were down 24 points early in the third quarter to have a historic comeback. And he said, that team, other teams are going to have to choke the life out of us until they are done. And obviously, that is what they have proven in this series. He said it's going to be vital to start off Game 7 the way they finished off Game 6. Cade Cunningham said, look, we're starting to feel more like ourselves, a 60-win team, but it doesn't mean anything unless we win on Sunday. And he said it starts with locking on defense. That defense, which held Orlando to at one point 0 for 23 shooting in the second half, which was historic.
We saw a 2 seed go down in the Boston Celtics yesterday. Will we see a 1 seed go down? We're going to get our answer in just a couple of hours. Game 7 from Detroit. Pistons Magic later this afternoon. Om Youngmisuk will be there reporting it all. Thanks, Om.
All right, back with our NBA analyst Quentin Richardson on SportsCenter AM. Listen, Q Rich, the QR code for the Pistons to win Game 7 is what?
QR code for the Pistons is for them to come in and be dominant defensively, physical and dominant defensively. And Cade Cunningham has to be the man, as he has been every game that they've been successful this series. I mean, if they plan on taking them out, they're gonna have to bottle up what they did in that second half, which was they came out with a high level intensity on defense. They were up, they were denying, they made everything difficult, and then Cade took over. Cade scored most of the buckets in the second half, and they were not able to contain him. They need to bottle up that second half and bring that back home to Detroit.
He sure did. He has 77 points across the last 2 games, both of them Pistons wins. In Game 6, he outscored the Magic by himself in the second half. As for the other Game 7 tonight, Cavs hosting the Raptors. What's the QR code for Cleveland to win this thing?
Man, listen, it's kind of along the same similar lines. They got to shoot the ball well, but for me, I want to see their two superstars, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, you have to play well defensively and guard that paint against the Raptors. But I want to see Donovan Mitchell, James Harden. These two guys are probably have the most accolades of anybody between the two teams. This is their time to show up and be closers and silence all the talk around them in big games in the playoffs.
Quentin Richardson with us on SportsCenter Game 7s. We got 2 of them. We are blessed as basketball.